Okay, so this is Writing and Interpreting Linear Functions 1, and this is actually the first question on the worksheet. I just wanted to do it separately so you could see exactly how it was you were going to answer your questions for this particular assignment. Because the worksheet just has the question, but then you have this answer sheet that has a whole lot more going on. Well, the thing is, I don't want you to just answer the question. I want you to be able to take word problems and kind of dissect them and find all these other things about them as well. Okay, so let's read through. Suppose that the water level of a river is 34 feet and that it is receding. Receding. What does receding mean? Oh yes, receding is it's going down. It's dropping. Okay, so at a rate of half a foot per day, write an equation for the water level L after D days. In how many days will the water level be 26 feet? Okay, so I'm going to change this here on my table because they told me L and D, and it says write an equation for the water level L after D days. So L is going to be my dependent. It's going to depend on the number of days. Okay. It's going down at a rate of half a foot per day, and I know that rates are slope, so if it's going down, that's a negative 0.5, right? But because I'm going to be graphing, I see that over here, I'm going to also write it as negative 1/2. Okay, so a half a foot per day. Okay. Let's see, I also know that the water level is currently 34 feet. So at 34 feet, no time has passed, so we can start with 0 days and 34 feet, which actually is our y-intercept, because we know y-intercepts are always 0, comma, the number. Okay. Let's see. If I'm going to write an equation, to write the equation, I would need, I could write it if I have the point and the slope, or if I have the slope and the y-intercept, and I do have slope and y-intercept here. Okay, so I can use the y equals mx plus b, except that my letters are L and D, so L equals negative 1/2 D plus 34, because that's my y-intercept. Okay, let's see. For the table, I could put some more stuff in there. This 26 feet, that would go under the water level, so that might be something that I want to put in my table. I don't know how many days that is yet. The x-intercept, that I would probably want to put in my table as well. That's going to be where the level is 0. Oh, well, that would be after that, so I probably should change that. Let's put 26 here and 0 there, and then we'll erase the old 26. Okay, so we don't know the answers to those yet, but we know that those would be things that we would be able to put in our table, and then we could find some other points perhaps. Okay, so the x-intercept, the level is 0. So we could say that 0 equals negative 1/2 D plus 34. And so that means that we'd have to subtract the 34 from both sides. So we'd have negative 34 equals negative 1/2 D, and then we would need to divide both sides by the negative 1/2, which is the same thing as multiplying by 2. I could look at it that way. This might be where you pull out your calculator and do some work. I'm going to go ahead. I know that that's going to be 68, so D equals 68 when L is 0. So that's going to be there. That's my x-intercept. Okay. All right. Let's see. We want to know when L equals 26. So that's going to be the answer to our question. So we could do 26 equals negative 1/2 d plus 34. And then we would subtract the 34 from both sides. Let's see. That would give us negative 8. And then we would divide by the negative 1/2, multiply by negative 2. So that's going to give us 16 equals days. So 16 days. Well, let's read the question again. They wanted to know, in how many days will the water level be 26 feet? So in 16 days, the water level will be 26 feet. Okay, and that brings us to our graph. We know that we have a situation that has a water level. So after we find when there is no water, there's not really much to talk about on the graph. So I'm just going to go ahead and put an axis here. This is going to be my L for water level. And then here I'm going to put my days. Okay, I need to go from 0 to 68 here, and I need to go from 0 to 34 on here. Well, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lines. So let's see, I know 5 times 12 is 60, so that wouldn't be enough. So I could count by 6s or maybe 10s. I'm going to go ahead and do by 10s because that's just a little bit easier. 10, and then that would be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So 68 would be about right there. Okay, and then coming this way, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 as well. 34 divided by 12. I know that 36 divided by 12 is 3, so if I count by 3s, that would be enough, right? So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, this would be 36, so 34 would be just about there. Okay, and then I would want to connect my points. Okay. All right. So there's my graph. Let's see, I might want to put a few more points in my table. I think for that, I might just choose some days and insert it in my equation. So let's say we could go 8 days here. So L equals negative 1/2 times 8 plus 34. No, half of 8 is 4. So negative 4 plus 34, L would be 30. Okay. I could continue past the 68, but that just seems silly because we know that once the water is done, it's kind of done. It doesn't start digging a hole into the riverbank. Okay, so that is how I want you to answer the questions on your worksheet today.